This week on Cartoon Dumpster Dive, we cover the cartoon Monster Farm. So here's a new idea. The writer strike's over.
Yay.
As far as I can tell. Here's a freebie for you writers. Write a movie about the guy. You could do a prequel to any horror movie about the guy who owned the creepy house before he died.
Ooh.
Every horror or horror comedy, even with the Haunted Mansion that just came out.
Yep.
It's on Disney Plus now in October. It came out in June. It's a great way to really help your self-esteem. If you ever feel like you made a bad decision in your life, Disney put out the Haunted Mansion in June and then was surprised that it didn't do well in the box office.
What do you mean? Haunted Mansion.
It's like
did
a
not
movie
perform.
that's clearly for October and for children is what are you doing? But I digress. And this goes into what we're covering this week. It's always about the person who inherited it. But I want to see how the creepy guy got the loan to build his. I would like to require the interest rates of your money establishment. Yeah, we're not gonna fund that. You need to get out. You need to get the hell out of my office. Is what you need to do.
Some Dracula-looking dude.
Foiled by the credit system again. Do you think creepy dudes just have good credit scores by nature?
Hey,
That's why they're able to build these extravagant mansions?
Hey, they might have a triple-digit credit score, man.
Or is it because they're maybe because they're from the boomer era, and so they paid a Cracker Jack's worth of money to get this elaborate ass house, and now it's probably worth millions of dollars. How would you feel what would be scarier to you? Inheriting a haunted mansion. It is confirmed to have ghosts, okay? Your great Count Sweeney left you this haunted mansion. It has ghosts. You've seen them. Or paying the property tax on it, because you know that's coming.
Depends on what state it's in, man. It depends on what state and how good of a deal I get for this place.
This is the fucking financial advisor. Why did I ask you this question? Any normal person would have been like, the property tax, am I right? Fucking blah, blah, blah. But not Joel. He knows all these rules.
I'm like, hey, basically, if it's any place above the Mason-Dixon line, I ain't buying property there. Because the property tax is going to be way too high.
But yes, this week. So last week we had a Patreon request.
Yes,
And we tried to make those the top of the top if they want us to. So we actually just got another Patreon request, and they were just whenever. So it's up to you how severe you want to do your Patreon request. If you are a Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/cartoondd, and there we have a $5 tier. I'm really pushing it this time. I've gotten over my imposter syndrome of feeling like I don't deserve it. So
my imposter syndrome.
No, that's the thing. I'm not going to get into this here because we're not a psychology podcast. We're not a finance podcast. We are a mainly bad cartoon podcast. And boy, howdy, did we pick a good one.
I got to be careful not to give out any financial advice or I might get fired from my job.
Oh, really? What if I give out financial advice?
Please don't do that.
Oh, are you? Wait, if
No,
I give out
look,
financial
I
advice,
I had to get approval from my job to do this podcast.
oh my God,
And
really?
there was it was lingering there for a while. They asked a bunch of questions about how
Holy
this
shit,
was
I
structured.
did not know that.
Yes.
Wow.
I actually had my boss. He told me, "Hey, did you submit that request for your podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, well, we got to see what the higher ups say." And I'm like, "What do you mean? What the higher ups say? Like, it's a podcast about cartoons." He's like, "Yeah, but
We're corporate approved.
they're
Hey.
like, hey." My boss literally said, "Hey, it might still not go through though. They might tell you can't do it." And
Damn.
in the back of my mind, I'm like, I will quit my job before I quit doing this podcast. You can
No,
dude,
you
I
worked
would.
so hard to get that job.
Dude,
you would?
I would.
Wow.
Because you're not going to tell me what I can and can't do during my free
That's
time.
true. Yeah, in your free time. That's true.
I'm
That's
all,
the libertarian in you.
that's the libertarian in me. I'm just like, fuck you. I'm doing what I
Tell
want
me
to.
what you fucking tread on me. I'll tread right out the goddamn door.
Oh, Andrew, I'm saving that one. So when that ever
That's
happens,
it. That's a good one. I'm not a libertarian, but that's a fucking good one. But yeah, this week we are covering Monster Farm. And without further ado, let's review that theme song.
let's hit it.
Well, here's a tale of a city boy who never meant no harm. Well, what do you know? He's just been told he inherited a farm. Yeah, you might say, but I reckon there's a twist. See this here farm is junk central. You get my gist. It's a monster. It's a monster.
Okay,
You know what? It's short. It's not good. It is short.
I'm sorry. I was not expecting a ripoff of The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Is that what that's supposed to be?
I don't know. I don't think so, but like it just has little nuggets in that song that made me just want to go like,
Yeah, it's
it's
a nugget, all right.
like fire on the mountain, boy, run, boy.
yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I want to give it like a 6.
I'm going to give it. You know what? I'll give it a 5 just because they kept it under 30 seconds. It does its point. It tells you
It keeps it's on theme too. It's a country song.
it is. So I'll give it a 5.
Yeah, that's not bad. I appreciated this.
Yes.
So Joel, how did this get made?
So what was it last week when you said, "Hey, let's do this show"? I told you then because I looked it up and I said,
Yeah.
not a lot to go off of because the only information that I could find for the development of this is one sentence long. And it's just,
Yeah.
it was created and developed for television by Taylor Grant, Alex Borstron, and Steve Mormel were brought in to write some of the episodes. So it was created by Taylor Grant. I'm sorry, I didn't pause good enough.
Yeah.
And they brought in Alex Boystein and Steve.
Yeah, she voices Lois on Family Guy.
They brought them in to write a couple of episodes. But that's all I could find, Andrew.
Yeah, so here's the biggest problem with this show. And Google does it too. Everyone does it. It asks you if you want to look up the series Monster Rancher.
Fantastic show, too.
Yeah. So it's like even it's like that meme. So it's like I type in Monster Farm and it's like, are you sure you don't mean Monster Rancher?
They're like, you don't mean this. You're looking for this.
Yeah, you're looking for this. Nobody's actively looking
Yeah.
for
So
what you're trying to do.
I couldn't find any more. But I just wanted to let you know, Taylor Grant, the guy who made this, I looked him up just to see what else has this guy done. This is the only thing that I could find that he's got like a creator credit to. Everything else is just writers. So he's just written he's written some stuff for different shows, and I want to point out two because they're just special to me, I guess. The first one, he wrote 5 episodes for the show Beetleborgs.
Oh, nice. You liked Beetleborgs. You grew up with them. I didn't grow up with Beetleborgs. But they also had wasn't their house guy Dracula? It's like Dracula, a mummy.
It was like a Dracula Elvis. It was the oddest thing.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was so strange. But the other thing that he has a writing credit on that I thought was hilarious is Whitney Houston, The Greatest Hits.
Hey, that's not nothing.
But why
is not nothing.
Why does he need a writing credit for Whitney Houston's Greatest Hits?
I don't know. Maybe. Oh yeah, like the album.
I don't know.
It says video, so it must be some kind of video.
Whatever. It's still. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that's interesting for sure.
Andrew, that's all I got for you this week, man.
Yeah, I figured. I was really hoping that I could find more on this show. And by that, I mean, I wish I could find more of the episodes.
Just something.
I found 2.
2 episodes?
Yeah, I found 2 episodes. Well, I take that back. I found 2 episodes in English. I found a lot in Russian and Portuguese.
Okay. And we
unfortunately, I don't speak Russian and Portuguese. And also they didn't have a subtitles. So we have 2 to go off of. And I pretty much got the gist.
Okay.
But I'm going to go ahead and hit you guys with the voice cast for Monster Farm. We have Jess Harnell is Dad. We have Robert Reist is Jack Haley. We have Roger Bumpass as Frankenswine. We have Bruce Mahler as Count Cluckula. We have Tiffany Christine as Zombeef. And we have Kevin Kilbrew as Cowapatra.
Oh my God.
You're going to love the puns.
Oh, I already love them. Count Cuckula? Was that
Cluckula.
Oh.
Count Cuckula is a different type of genre. That we don't cover.
Different type of form, right?
Yeah, different. Yeah.
Imagine inheriting that form, Andrew.
Oh boy.
Grandpa, what were you
for
into?
Our other works, we have Jess Harnell was Grease Pit in Biker Mice from Mars.
Ooh. Which one? The first one or the second one?
The first one,
Okay.
the good one.
Okay.
Robbie Reist is Michelangelo in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Roger Bumpass is Squidward in SpongeBob.
Ah.
Bruce Mahler is Fackler in Police Academy.
Okay.
Tiffany Kristen is Yuli Inua in the Digimon series.
Ooh.
And finally, Kevin Kilbrew is an orc. He is Orc Officer number 3 in the Lord of the Rings Conquest game.
Huh.
So I'm pretty sure this is the first time we have covered Roger Bumpass.
Yeah,
Roger Bumpass. I'm pretty sure this is because we've gotten Tom Kenny and we've gotten I'm blanking on Patrick's voice actor. It's Bill Fingler, I think is his last name. And then Clancy Brown. You know, we've got the quartet of SpongeBob. the last one we really need is we got to randomly come upon a cartoon with the lady who voices Sandy Cheeks.
It's very rare that we get like someone we've never talked about before on the voice actors.
And I can definitely be very wrong. So this series is about a young man from the city named Jack Haley inherits a farm from his great uncle Harloff. When he gets there, he finds a bizarre cavalcade of animals that are like, they're monsters.
You don't say.
And yeah, you don't say. So basically, most of the plot revolves around people trying to shut down their farm.
Okay.
So they can, because it's an eyesore. Do you remember the American Gothic painting?
Yes.
So there's a blood relative, Farmer Gothic, but he has a techno farm where all of his cows are robots and whatever.
Interesting.
He wants to shut down the monster farm because it's an eyesore and he hates it.
And his techno form is any better?
Apparently.
All right.
So what are the monsters?
Yes.
I've named a few, but they weren't all. A lot of them were actually voiced by Roger Bumpass by himself. And I guess the IMDb didn't double up.
Okay.
So we have Jack Haley, the guy. Count Cluckula. You gotta really land that L.
Yep. Yep.
In his name. He's a vampire rooster. He is the pseudo leader of the group.
Okay.
We have Dr. Wooly and Mr. Ew. He is a mad scientist sheep who transforms into a monstrous ram whenever he gets wet. Frankenswine, Frankenstein's monster that's also a pig.
All right.
Gotosaurus Rex. He's an educated, fire-breathing goat kaiju. Cowapatra, and it's yeah. I don't know why he wasn't just a dragon.
Yeah. Okay.
But I guess because a dragon's a monster. I don't know why they made him a kaiju.
Yeah.
Because he's not kaiju sized. He's like that anime you were telling me about in our Patreon.
Ooh.
Extended audio. Now it will add something to the listening experience because I'm not going to tell you what the anime is.
Kaiju number 8.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do that to them. I just didn't remember what it was. We have Cowapatra, an Egyptian cow mummy who resides in her tomb-based room.
Okay.
Zombeef, a zombie cow.
Uh-oh. Mad cow disease.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. 2 cow puns for the price of 1. Scarewolf is Gotosaurus's pet chihuahua that transforms into a werewolf-like creature when the moon is full.
Wait. One of the monster animals has their own pet?
I mean, yeah. They talk.
Yeah.
There are 2 episodes that you can availably watch. One of them I found on the actual voice actor of Jack Haley, Robert Rice. The only one in like good quality.
Okay.
Is on his YouTube channel.
Oh wow.
There's another one, and his one is about the monsters are trying to get rid of Jack.
Oh.
Because they don't want Jack there originally. There are 52 10-minute shorts of this show. So they go through a lot of emotions.
Yeah.
So they try to get rid of him, and he's trying to get money to work from home to pay the mortgage.
Okay.
or I guess property tax or something. And so he has a work from home job with a Microsoft parody. I don't remember what the Microsoft parody was, but I do remember that he meets Gil Bates.
Oh God.
The head and CEO of whatever company
Gil
it was. And then I think he successfully does that. He makes the software, and then he gets a job offer by Jeeve Gobbs from Pear Computers. You guys, you're usually all about those copyright safe knockoff TVs.
I love it, but you just talking about the Pear company, it made me.
It's always a go-to. It's always the Pear. Nickelodeon did the Pear too.
It actually makes me think of that line from Forrest Gump. I know you probably don't know it, Andrew, but it's when Forrest Gump is talking about how Lieutenant Dan invested in some fruit company and said they would never need to worry about money again, and he had invested in Apple or some fruit company.
So, to talk about this show, you have to talk. It's almost like you want to do an episode on Monster Rancher, just because so much of this show is tied to the fact that everything, the internet tries so hard to stop you from watching it. It's like, are you sure you meant farm? You didn't mean hunter? And you're like, no, I want to watch this one. And really, animation wise, it's not bad.
Okay.
And it came out through the years of 1998 to 1999. So it doesn't give me a month. There's barely anything on this show. It's perfect for what this show is.
Dude, this
I got a little story about that too.
This cartoon, let's think about that. This cartoon in 98, 99, it was against some stiff competition.
It was, but I'm going to assume it came out on Halloween, because if you have 52 10-minute shorts, that means you have 26 full 23-minute episodes.
Yep.
So you probably started in October, and then you bled on until it was a pump and dump cartoon. They made the whole season in one go, and they knew they were never gonna make it again.
Yep.
And then that's what they did. But here's the thing. So originally when we started this show, it was all about cartoons that like nobody knows the name of the show. And I don't know if you remember, but I have been trying to think of the name of this show forever.
Really? And
I am kicking myself sideways that it's literally just called Monster Farm, because I was like, it's a farm
with monsters.
But all the monsters are basically like the Universal monsters. They're all the copyright safe monsters. And my idiot ass just put farm with the Universal monsters in it. Nothing comes up. Or Monster Rancher. There's a Wikipedia article that they're like, this show if you try to research this show, you're gonna have a hard time finding it, because it's gonna keep suggesting Monster Hunter to you.
I think I just found out why in Japan Monster Rancher is known as Monster Farm in Japan.
Okay, so that makes sense.
That could make some sense there. But yes,
it's really funny. Like it's definitely like lost media.
Yeah.
If you know Russian, you're in luck. You can find those real fast.
Yeah. If you're one of our listeners, maybe you speak Russian, watch it and let us know.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Yeah, because
and if you're one of our English speaking, the other one I did watch. That was about like they build a robot to trick Jack into signing the deed, because it's a babe robot that burps perfume that smells like bananas and kumquats.
Oh.
And everyone knows that the scent of bananas and kumquats drive a man insane.
I can't control myself.
With lust and passion. I know that if I can't, you can't even get me in a grocery store with bananas and kumquats, and I'll just, I'm standing at attention.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Boy Scouts could be camping under that tent,
Yeah.
I hope not, because that's a whole nother problem we got.
My penis is erect, is what I'm trying.
Man, this episode is going way off the rails.
It needs padding. It needs all the help it can get. So, Joel, it's time to go to your new reoccurring segment, reviews that have a splendid crop and reviews that bought the farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew, that was fantastic. You did a great job with that. Though I cannot find any actual.
Yeah, I know. There's nothing. There are 116 reviews. The fact that there are 116 reviews at all on this show
Yep.
is astounding.
It is. It's sitting at right now, IMDb has it as a 6.2 out of 10. So
Honestly, yeah, I get it. From the episodes I watched, the two that I could find, I enjoyed it.
yeah. I mean,
It's not bad. For the kind of cartoon that this is, the old pump and dump, it's not bad.
no.
It's funny. A lot of the jokes land. It's pun heavy. If you're a person who likes puns, you will enjoy this show.
If you can find it.
If you can find it. You can find the one episode really easily. Like I said, it's on Robbie Rice YouTube channel. And that's pretty much it
Yep.
with this whole show.
I wish I was about to say I wish I had like actual closing remarks, but
yeah.
I mean I've really got
I would
nothing. If you can
Yeah, I
find
would
it,
say
give it a shot.
If you can find it, it's definitely something you'd have to go to eBay and look it up. You'd really have to try. But I would be remiss as to if we did not talk about this cartoon.
Yeah.
Because this is definitely one of those where it's like, I didn't know this even existed.
Yep.
The internet barely knows it existed. So it's definitely something worth checking out.
Yeah,
Maybe Robbie Rice he can find the rest of them somewhere. He worked on the damn show. Surely
hey, maybe we can
it's somewhere.
Andrew, you've been killing it. Maybe we can reach out to Taylor Grant if the dude's
That's
still
true.
alive and find out, dude, what is this? Like,
What is going on?
what happened?
But yeah,
What was you thinking? Come on.
give me a DVD. Will you fund my show?
And could you also explain what you did on Whitney Houston's greatest hits?
Honestly, that would be an even better interview. We'll just talk like, what was she like?
Did you get to meet Whitney?
Did you meet her?
Was she always?
Did you ask her to do the "I Love You" song?
It makes me think of what's his name, Joey Diaz. You ever hear his story about getting coke for Whitney Houston?
No,
It's pretty
I'm gonna
great.
look that up.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Seconds after we are done recording.
I know you love Joey Diaz.
I love Joey Diaz. He made me one of my favorite people from New Jersey. But I believe that wraps up Monster Farm. I wish we had more. We scoured. I think we haven't had an episode like this in a while where we're just like, we got nothing.
Yep.
We're only as good as the tools that we have.
Yep.
And unfortunately, most of our tools are search engines and emailing creators, of which some of these people don't even. What is it? We emailed the guy who wrote on WishKid. He's like, I don't even remember doing this.
Yeah, he was just like, I
So,
don't remember.
It happens. We have a website, cartoondumpsterdive.com. There you can request a cartoon, anime, someone for us to interview, whatever. The sky's the limit. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/cartoondd. We have a $5 tier that gets you a Discord, pins, stickers, extended audio episodes, and bonus episodes. We have a Twitter handle CartoonDD. We have a Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, all Cartoon Dumpster Dive. If you'd like to send us an email, you can send it to cartoondumpsterdive@gmail.com. And as always, we appreciate a 5-star review on the podcasting of your choice. So when you Google us, it doesn't ask you if you meant something else. Have a great rest of your week.
See ya. It's a form of monsters.
This has been a Lug Hole Podcast.